Well, Berkeley, California is sending a very clear message to the United States Marines, and that message is get out. Berkeley City Council deciding that U.S. Marines are now unwelcome intruders, and they call them, well, at least the protesters do, mass murderers. And get this, that city is actually now encouraging the anti-military group called Code Pink, the ones who call our Marines mass murderers, to disrupt the Marines' recruiting efforts by offering Code Pink a protesting space across the street and a parking space. Code Pink welcome, Marines, get the heck out. Well, this morning, part of the U.S. government starts to respond. Senator Jim DeMint of South Carolina now pushing a bill that would pull over $2 million in federal money from this city. Joining me now to discuss it is California-based radio talk show host Mark Williams. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
And just so our viewers know, Senator Jim DeMint says this is a slap in the face to the brave servicemen and women and their families. The First Amendment gives the city of Berkeley the right to be idiotic, but from now on they should do it with their own money. You agree?
Absolutely. It's not the first outrage coming out of Berkeley. I've got, or Berkeley as we call it in California, I've got audio from a peace protest there where speaker after speaker called openly for the assassination of U.S. troops and for armed insurrection in the streets to rousing applause and cheers. I mean, and Code Pink, they're not a peace group or an anti-war group. They're a collection of circus freak mutants who hate this country. And the most annoying thing about this of all is these people live under the protective umbrella of those Marines, the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, and of the military of this nation. And they exist as parasites. I own a home about 80 miles from Berkeley, and my taxes go to support these near-human primates. It's time that we cut them loose.
You know, our own Justin Fischel, it just got reaction from somebody at the Department of Defense, and that official was saying exactly what you just said, Mark, saying this, the Marines, is a part of the military machine that gives these people the right to do what they do. But what they're doing is extreme. He calls it ridiculous. And he says we are not going to kick a federal office out of its rightful place there, no matter what these people say. I mean, do you see this showdown getting even more dramatic?
I do, and I would like to see all federal funds yanked from Berkeley. I'd like to see California yank their state funds from Berkeley as well. And I'll also be very curious to see what Hillary says later today when she's next door in San Francisco, to see if she supports our U.S. Marine Corps by denouncing Code Pink and denouncing the Berkeley City Council. We'll see if she keeps quiet or if she says something. And the other presidential candidates, where are they? Why are they so silent? It's time we, normal Americans, stood up and denounce these parasites for what they are. These people are living off the benefits of this country while doing all they can to destroy it. I'm calling on every presidential candidate to stand up and say something today. And Hillary, you're going to be right there. You want to be commander-in-chief, babe? You denounce these people. You
know, the problem, Mark, is that it comes down to free speech in this lawyer's view, because it's, okay, fine, you don't like the war, you don't like the Marine Corps, then you say that. But to shut one down entirely, so okay, there was a time when Code Pink was there and the U.S. Marine Corps was there. Now they're kicking the Marines out to silence their voice, their opportunity to be heard, never mind their opportunity to recruit men and women who we need right now, so that Code Pink can have the floor to itself. And let me give you the quote of what the Code Pink out there says. They say, this is very serious. It's not a game. It's mass murder. There is a sickness of silence of people not speaking out against the war. We have to do this. And they, Mark, want to be the only voices.
I'll tell you something. My inbox is crowded with death threats from Code Pink peace activists who've even threatened my dog's life and my wife's life. They've attacked my audiences at pro-America demonstrations that I've put on in Sacramento in the past. They show up dressed literally in clown suits. They're a bunch of they're mean, evil, and when you talk to them, and if you have the chance to go up against them person to person and you let them speak, they are in such emotional agony and pain. They're absolutely miserable. They got a big L on their forehead. They're losers whose watches stopped in 1969, and most of them, by the way, are on some sort of taxpayer welfare program or student loan.
That's Code Pink. They've got their views. The problem here is that the city of Berkeley is now siding with them and silencing the U.S. military, from whom, you know, the U.S. government, from whom they take federal funds.
Berkeley's always been like that. It's the left-wing freak show of America. It makes Woodstock look absolutely mainstream. There's a colony of these people.
Well, I think you raise a very interesting point.
I think they should.
to see
I think they should invite Osama bin Laden to live there.
Well, I think you make a very interesting point to see what, if any, of the presidential candidates who are out there campaigning right now will speak out about this issue. It's already going up, being taken up in the U.S. Congress. We'll see whether anybody says something about this. Mark Williams, thanks so much for your insights on it.